Today's guest is Jason Adamo. He has been on the show once before, way back in April. I had to go look it up. And we have a lot to talk about. A lot's happened. We'll get caught up. We'll chat. We'll chill. We'll have him play for us. Yeah. And sing. Because, it's what we do here on, the show called Chat and Chill with friends. Yes. Woo! Thank you so much. You got to stop the music. Hold on. There we go. Woo! All right. Yes. Let's see if I can find you now. Hold on. Jason is right there. I'm going to invite you up. Here we go.
Hello.
Ooh! Hey.
How's it going?
It's going great. I did a promo just a quickie while ago, like a story like, hello, hey, the guest today is so. And I'm like, I thought you won a Grammy, and you just won an award.
I wish.
No,
I have a song on a double platinum record for Brett Young, country artist
Young,
Brett
that's
Young.
it. Yeah.
There's one of them right there from Canada.
Oh, look at hey, this time we don't just have the blinds to look at. We have the real stuff, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
We have the real things to look at this
The blinds
time.
are right over there if you want me to change the camera view.
It's okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm teasing. So some of our people have been here before, and some people, you may be new to them. So the first question I ask is, what time zone are you in?
Eastern Standard. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
He's in North Carolina, okay? Yep. So he's Eastern time zone. I'm Central. But like M down here, I see M. She's way over, I don't know what time zone you call that, but you're like 7 hours ahead of me. So
wow.
I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So people from all over the world. Hey, Nanners, welcome in.
Shannon, Nanette, welcome
if
everybody.
You're coming
Maria.
in, thank you. Welcome. I welcome you in. If you help share the live, that's the only way my show's getting pushed right now, folks. So
Same here. My lives have been down for the last 2 months.
Yeah, it's been a little sad, but luckily I have a good support system. People share. They're very and that helps a lot.
Yeah, I have a strong, small but mighty crowd. Very
small
strong
but mighty. Yes.
Crew of people, regulars.
Small but
awesome.
mighty. So thank you, small but mighty, and they're all a good group down there. Oh, thank you, Aaron. They're small, they're mighty, but they're supportive. And you know what? There's something about, even if the crowd is small, but they're supportive, that means so much more than you see some creators, they'll have a couple hundred, and people start saying the most rude comments, and you're like, really?
That's when the moderator has to step in.
Yeah. That'd be like, make me a mod. Boom, I'll take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my special ed teacher comes out at me and is like, no, that's not appropriate.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
kids. No,
right.
It's not. No. That's what I've learned here on TikTok. Behavior is behavior, whether it's a 10-year-old or a 40-year-old. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I get comments all the time saying, did you buy that plaque at a state fair or something like that?
Oh, well, that's real nice. Thank you so much, Rebecca. They're like, oh, is that your real hair? Is that your real teeth? Or they're just being rude.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you
out there.
They're trying to get
exactly.
you They're
Yes.
trolling. So if I say you're here for trolling, just keep on scrolling. Yeah, that's what you can do, folks. But
Nice.
Thank you for using those emotes, little Ironhead. Yeah, trolls gonna troll. Yeah, they're gonna troll. And you know what? It's okay. We know how to take care of them down there. So thank you, mods.
Yeah. Not much we can do besides, the moderators have to step in, and thank you to all
they
the mods
take
that
care
help
of
out.
it.
Definitely.
Yep. Oh, so you were last on April the 18th. I looked it up. April the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And lots happened since then.
So at April 18th, I hadn't heard the news yet about my kidney transplant. Okay.
Yeah, let's just go there. Okay. So
It might have been later that day because it was about
you
that many days
had a
before.
person. You had a person. You thought you had a match.
Yep.
And then something wasn't perfect. It wasn't a perfect match.
They said it was a perfect match for a year and a half. So my brothers and my sister stopped getting tested because they thought I was good to go. And literally 6 days, maybe 8 days before my surgery, they found an antibody that would most likely reject my donor Jenna's kidney, who we thought was a perfect match. So it was devastating to say the least. And my blood type is O negative, which is very difficult to get a live donor. So without batting an eye, Jenna just said, "What's the next step? I'm here to do whatever you need." And we entered our information into this algorithm that was it's actually a Nobel Prize winning algorithm by the Alliance for Paired Kidney Donation out of Michigan. And within 3 months, I had a three-way match. So Jenna donated her kidney to this person in Colorado, and that person's loved one donated a kidney to two best friends in Michigan. And those best friends actually ended up, I didn't know this, but they ended up flying over from Denmark to be a part of this chain. So my kidney comes from Denmark by a guy named Peter Vickman.
Yeah.
And we actually become friends. We're Facebook friends now, and they're back in Denmark now. But it's an incredible story, incredible journey.
I saw you had a video on your page that you had been on the news. Like you
Yeah.
made your local news. He made the 6 o'clock news, everyone.
Yes.
And they were explaining that
Yep.
in that little sound bite that you had,
Right.
that little video.
Right. So
And
I was on the news in April because I was getting ready to do a fundraiser for the Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation, and that was just a few weeks before my first surgery date. And then all that stuff happened, and then because of the Alliance of Pair Donation is such a great thing, they were working with my hospital, Duke, here in North Carolina. They got together with all the people, all the parties that were involved, including the Alliance, the doctors and coordinators at Duke, Jenna and myself and my donor Peter and his best friend Morton. And we all got on a Zoom, and it was not moderated, but it was visited by, like, there was a special guest on the Zoom from the local news. And later, right after the Zoom, the reporter went to Jenna's house, and that's like 10 minutes from my house. And they came to my house and did an interview with both of us. And then later that night, it was on the 6 o'clock news.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something. So you're feeling better now. You've
I'm
had
feeling
the
amazing.
transplant.
Yep.
You had like videos like saying about your recovery, like how you're doing. And so now you would never think that he just went through major transplant.
Yeah. So if you look at some before and after pictures, I started retaining a lot of fluid,
Yeah.
especially my
Yeah.
abdomen, and my face was kind of getting plumped up from the fluid. So I posted a picture before and after. I lost 20 pounds of
20
fluid
pounds.
after my
Wow.
transplant.
Hey,
And
pumpkin.
they recommend after a transplant, you start walking a little bit each day, like
Right.
even right after the surgery, walked around the halls of the hospital. And then when I got home, I started walking on a walking pad treadmill. And now I'm up to 4 miles a day, which is like
Ooh.
unheard of leading up to my surgery.
I only do one.
Yeah, I'm trying to push it to 5 now. And
I need to do more. It's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, it gives me more energy. I'm not to the point where I'm not 100% yet, so I don't have full
Oh,
energy yet,
good
but
question.
I'm getting there.
There's some good questions down here.
Yeah.
They're not even waiting for when I say, hey, has anybody got any questions? There's a good one here. How many songs has he written while walking? That just relates. So you're on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Like I play certain music and I walk to the rhythm of the, like that's
Right.
how, because otherwise I'm bored.
Right.
And so do you write songs while you're on the treadmill? Like have
I've
a
actually
rhythm
only
going?
written lyrics for one song since my surgery, and it's a song of thanks to my donor, Jenna.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I haven't put it to music yet, but I have the lyrics
Yeah.
in my phone. It's something that's coming, definitely. I'm the type of songwriter that waits for it to come. I don't try to push it before it's kind of ready to come out. So that song, the lyrics to that song came out in one sitting. Unfortunately, not on a walk, but it was when I was just
Yeah.
hanging in my recovery guest room here, because I have a 2 and a 5-year-old who are just full of
Oh,
germs.
they keep you busy.
Yeah,
I
have
saw
to kind
another
of keep my
question.
distance. Yeah, go ahead.
Where was that other question at? I missed it. It's been back there a while ago. Oh, is he more likely to go to Denmark now? That relates to the transplant.
100%. Yes, we were already
Yeah.
talking about
Absolutely.
Jenna, and another story. I'm not sure if I told you on the last chat we
Okay.
had.
Yeah.
But my wife actually introduced my donor Jenna to her future husband through all of this. So Jenna and her they just moved in together, not quite fiancés yet, but Jenna and Rob and my wife Lisa and I are talking about going to Denmark to visit Peter and Morton one day, definitely.
Hey, how come Judd's questions are getting asked? I don't know. Do you have a question you want to ask? I don't know. They were interesting. They related to what we were talking about. I don't know.
Thanks for the questions, Judd. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I'm just picking on Judd. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. As long as you're just, kindly picking on him, we're good. You know, we're okay with a little teasing. That's good.
Right.
You know,
Definitely.
yeah. You know, definitely, definitely. So we have some people down in the chat. I know Mr. Anderson, he's talked to us about his journey that he's been going through with dialysis and trying to get it. He's still waiting, I think,
Okay.
for his transplant. And so you were very fortunate. How long did you wait for that transplant to actually happen?
So my first date was April 24th, and I waited 3 months to get the match, and then they
Uh-huh.
waited another month to actually, because there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of logistics.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ellie.
So it was August 16th. So I waited almost 4 months.
4 months. I know
But
some people wait years
oh
sometimes.
yes, I mean I did
Yeah.
wait since I announced that I needed a donor. That was in October or August of 21.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. So
that's
that
when I
makes
found out.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found out I
Yeah.
needed the transplant within a few years in August of 21.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've
So
known
sometimes it
I've
takes a
known
while.
about this disease since 2011. I've had it all my life, but I was diagnosed with it in 2011.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And little down there, my daughter,
Oh,
she's
cool.
she's going to embark on a new adventure, learning to do dialysis to be
Oh
as a
wow.
nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of just all like, oh
Well,
yeah.
my heart definitely goes out to people who have to do that because before my surgery, I had to do 4 rounds of it, and it's not
Oh
fun.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people. I've talked to people who have, and it's yeah a lot.
Yeah.
But
It's very boring
um,
too.
s
You're just laying there for 3 or 4
yeah,
hours.
yeah, and to come to like you start thinking about things and how your life is going to be, and how it's different when you have an illness and you're managing it and you're waiting. Yeah, it's got to be excruciating to deal
Definitely. I
with.
was in a room with every day. I was in a room with 3 other different people, and
Hmm.
you could just a curtain separating you, so I could
Uh-huh.
hear all the stories of
Oh
what they were
yeah,
talking about and stuff, and
yeah,
how long they've been on it and stuff. It's
yeah.
crazy. Some people have been on it for 17 years or more. You know.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Well, I am so glad you're feeling better. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that it's been a successful transplant.
Thank you.
But let's talk about your music too.
Yeah.
So now that you've gone through all this health crisis and
Hmm.
you're kind of coming back out of it, you're starting to write a song. Are you trying to? I think you have a new
New
song
record.
out. I think I saw a video not long ago.
Yeah, I have a new record. I
Yeah.
actually another guest for you suggestion is Holt William music on here. He and I
Okay.
worked on this
I love
record.
suggestions.
Yeah, he's a Raleigh located producer, musician, filmmaker. He actually shot that video that you're talking about.
Uh
But
huh. Yeah.
I've had a band for 12, 13 years now of the same players. And last year I started working more with Holt to the point where I was like, let's just put out a solo record. I haven't put out a solo record since that song you were playing, Purple Sky, in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
2008.
yeah. I was
So,
just like, I love that song. And that was
oh,
the
thanks.
unplugged version I have never played on here. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my last solo effort. And then after the band got together, we put out 4 or 5 records. And then Holt and I were writing songs that were very different from the Jason Adamo band. So
Hmm.
I decided to just, hey, let's do a collection of songs. I had written a few without Holt, and then we combined 3 songs together that we'd written with one other artist. And yeah, we put it out. We actually wanted to try to get it out before my surgery
Uh-huh.
in August. So we ended up finishing the record before my surgery, but it still had to be mastered and printed and all that stuff. So it came out September 8th. It's just called Jason Adamo. I was like,
Okay.
let me just call it my name because
Why not?
it's a return to a solo singer-songwriter type format. So yeah, it's out September 8th. It actually debuted on the iTunes singer-songwriter chart at number 20,
Yeah,
and
that's
it
pretty
stayed there
good,
for about a
folks.
week in the top 40. So Yeah, I was very grateful
Yeah,
to all the people,
yeah,
especially here on
definitely.
TikTok, that
Yeah,
supported the effort and went out and downloaded it or streamed it.
yeah. So you can catch him on the major platforms. You can
Hmm.
follow him too, and but you
Please
could.
do.
He's on. You're on Spotify. You're on all the big ones, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Spotify, Amazon, iTunes,
Apple,
Apple Music.
iTunes, yeah,
Yep.
all that, all that. So
Hmm.
my last comment about my name got my last comment about my name get filtered. I am not sure what that's about. Okay. You can also buy a hard copy on his website. Okay, Aaron, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
You can get a CD, and today I'm picking up test presses of the vinyl version. So
Okay, so if you like the old school,
you can actually already pre-order that at jasonadamo.com.
you can
The
pre-order.
physical copies of the vinyl, after I listen to the test press, should be here in 2 weeks,
Okay.
right before
Definitely.
Christmas. Wink,
Right
wink.
before Christmas, definitely. I'm looking at the time here.
Sure.
Could you play us a song so people can get a sampling how awesome you are?
Definitely.
And then we'll chat a little more.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of like it when I break it up.
Well, speaking of Christmas, I'm going to do a Christmas tune,
That's cool. Let's do it.
an old school classic.
Yeah.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve, you'll find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve, you'll find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. There you go. Thank you. Thank you guys for the comments. Appreciate it.
Wow. Uh, he's a solid artist. If you're not following Jason Adamo, you should be. And like sometimes on TikTok, you see videos and you don't see them, and then people come in and out of your life, but you need to follow him, and you can
Thank you.
listen to him on all the major platforms.
Yeah,
He's an
appreciate that.
awesome, awesome
We
performer
actually
here on
we actually
TikTok.
recorded that song last year, and it came out right before Christmas. So you can,
Really?
like Aaron Stanley said, there's a music video of it. It actually
Oh,
pays
okay.
tribute to the
His
soldiers
website, and
that
there's a
can't come home
video.
for Christmas. Yep, and it has like a World War II theme. It's really cool. It has a
Oh,
1939 Dodge in the
cool.
background while we're singing it and playing it. But yeah, check it out.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Aaron, for
Uh,
that reminder.
wow. So if you're not following, you should be. So just let you know that. But I also want to talk about before you had your transplant and you were going through all that.
Hmm.
You were a radio host of
Yes,
Country. I'm reading what it says. 94.7 in Raleigh, North Carolina.
that's right.
Is that still going on?
WQDR.
Yeah.
No, I stopped that in June, actually.
Okay.
I was a host for that show for 4 years. So when I moved back from Nashville, I was approached by that radio station, about hosting a show that showcased North Carolina artists, much
Right.
to do with the fact that I'd written a song for Brett Young and a couple other country artists
Right.
there. However, I'm not that country for the stuff that I put out. A little bit more soulful kind of stuff. But
Yeah, we
since
talked about that last time. I'm like,
right,
it's country genre, but
hmm
it's not really country. It's kind of got soul to it. It's
right,
got it like its own vibe. And I'm
yeah, my
like,
yeah, my parents were born in Brooklyn
interesting.
and Queens, so I grew up in the
Yeah.
Appalachian area of Southwest Virginia, but I was raised
Yes.
very differently from a lot of people who grew up there. So, and my parents did not listen to country music, but as
Mhm.
I grew up around that environment, it started kind of sneaking its way into my songwriting a little bit. But when I was on tour in 2012, I played this thing called the Whiskey Jam in Nashville,
Uh-huh.
and my friend who I was on tour with at the time, Keaton Simons, he said, "Man, you should move here and try to write some country songs. I think you'd be a good fit." I was like, "Oh, I never thought about that," but
Yeah.
I sure did. In 2013, I moved there for a couple of years and got lucky a couple times with songs I wrote.
Cool. Now, do
Yeah.
you do any radio show hosting anymore and any other that we
Now
could
I,
promote?
after that
Are,
show,
are
one
you
of the reasons I left that show is I started a YouTube show called On the Record with Jason Adamo.
on the record
On the Record with Jason Adamo, yep.
with Jason
And
Adamo on YouTube?
I have three
Okay.
episodes up right now, and much to do with the fact that I had a kidney transplant after episode two.
Yeah, I understand. You were taking care of you,
Yes. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. But we
But
just shot the most recent episode.
yeah, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So on YouTube, folks.
Yep. And so far, I've interviewed a booking agent here in North Carolina. Every episode, I have a musical guest. But the interview part, I've interviewed a booking agent, I've interviewed an artist and songwriter. And then this last interview is with a guy named Jack Kane, who used to be a touring musician, but now he's a very well known sound man in the Raleigh area.
So you have a lot of connections. So he sounds like he's really got some cool guests. So you should
Well,
check it out.
yeah, you should. It's in its infancy. It's still growing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
very proud of it. It's another project I've started with Holt William, who co-produced my latest record and shot the music videos that
Awesome.
I talked about. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
But you're on TikTok as well. I catch your live every once in a while when I
Yes.
can, because you've had all your kidney transplant drama, which there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I had a lot of. I wasn't the recipient of it. I was the on the caregiver side of that. My daughter down here, Little Ironhead, had foot surgery. She had in both feet,
Oh wow.
and at the same time, my dad broke his back, and
Oh
he had to
man.
go through major surgery.
Sorry to hear that.
And yeah, and so I had a lot of that, like dealing with how do you deal with people who are going through a crisis. And so yeah, so I kept the show going. But I didn't get to go out and go to lives as often or go out scouting and looking at, because people send me all the time, hey, check this person out, check this
Yeah.
person. I just checked out one right before the show. And I'm
Okay.
like, oh, he's really good. I really need to get him on. And,
Yeah.
but I wasn't able to, because my time was, running here, running there, doing this, doing that. But so I understand, when there's a medical crisis, there's a
Yeah.
medical crisis, and it impacts everyone. It
Right.
impacts you in your situation, but it probably impacted your family as well. Their
Oh,
lives
definitely.
probably changed.
Definitely. My
Yeah. So,
wife was my caretaker.
yeah.
I'm almost back to the point where I can do
Yeah.
most things myself, but I still can't lift our two girls because of my surgery. I can only lift 20 pounds, and our
Oh,
almost
yeah.
3-year-old's 30 pounds already. So
Oh, so that, yeah. And, and,
yeah,
and, and they don't understand when they're little. They're like, why aren't you picking me up? And it's like,
right, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Especially the almost 3-year-old Chloe. She still asks me to pick her up every once in a while. I'm like,
yeah,
Daddy has a
yeah.
boo boo.
Daddy has boo boo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I can relate to that when little was little,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I had some procedures done. I'm like, nope, can't lift you. Sorry.
Right. It's very frustrating.
Yeah,
I miss it. You don't know
yeah,
how much you miss it until you can't do it.
right. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm sorry to hear about the stuff that you have been
Yeah,
going
so
through.
I've been going through a lot of stuff. So when you give me names and tell me, hey, that helps me out. So I
Yeah.
thank you, everyone in the chat, people who have contributed and supported. However, whether you're a moderator, whether you just show up to the show, or you give me, hey, did you try look at this person you did? Did you hear this person? Or
Mm-hmm.
that really helps because
Great.
that's what we have to do when we're all
Yeah.
in crisis. When
Yeah.
and we take turns being more involved in a crisis or trauma than others.
Right.
So
Right.
you know,
Me being the recipient of the kidney and recovering, I had a lot of time to plan the rest of my guests
right.
for the season of my
Support.
YouTube show. Yes,
That's what or
there's a
is it
lot of
support?
support, and I have so many people to thank.
Yeah.
But I'm just stuck here for the first month or so. I was stuck here in this guest room, just thinking about who's going to be on
Yeah.
my show, and reaching out to them with my email and
Yeah. That's
text and all
cool.
that stuff. So
That's
that's been
cool.
helpful for me.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of planning. A
Yep.
lot of planning involved. I know
Yep.
when I started my show, I just did it because I retired
Hmm.
because it was like, yeah, something to do.
Yeah.
And, I could have adult conversations
Hmm.
and, talk to people other
Yeah.
than, being here by myself going,
Right.
well, okay, Little's here in and out, but, she was working.
Hmm.
And it's just like, okay. And I reflect because I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary here real soon
Oh, cool. Congrats.
in December. And if you want to come by end of December, that we're going to do a little something, something. And,
Okay.
everyone's welcomed,
Sure.
everyone.
Yeah.
And so, needless to say, my anniversary is coming up of me being solo here doing the show.
Hmm.
And I look back at some of those videos and some of the things that I had done from the. I have grown. I have,
Yeah.
the show has grown,
Yeah.
and I know it needs to grow more. And
Yeah.
so, you having that time to reflect and think about, oh, I want to do this. I want to do,
Hmm.
it's amazing how
Yeah.
the planning that's involved
Hmm.
but yet when you do it, it's so rewarding. So I'm glad you
Definitely.
got a project that you're into, that you
Yes.
like doing.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
The radio show that I hosted, if I listen back to some of those early episodes, I was literally typing out what I was going to say on my laptop.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
now, I
yeah.
mean, towards the end of the first season, I was able to just do it off the top of my head, which is,
Oh, I make up a lot as I go, as you can all tell. But
yeah,
I have a computer in front of me, and I
yeah,
have notes
yeah,
like the date, April 18th. Was the
right,
last time you wrote. I have like little
yeah, yeah,
notes,
yeah, yeah.
so that I can go, okay, what else did I not ask? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I kind of had, when I first started, I had nothing, and I
Yeah,
made it all up, and I was like, some days I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I
yeah,
talking about?
right. You have
So
it more tough because you're live. My show is pre-recorded.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Live is live, and I've
yeah,
had we've had shows where tech issues out the
mm-hmm,
whatever, and
mm-hmm,
you're like,
right.
But yeah, so being able to pre-record, you can go, okay, wait a minute, let me fix it.
Yeah,
Let's do it again.
yeah.
But
My
yeah,
the edit button was my best friend when I was doing that
but
show.
sometimes that can be your best friend, but it also can be, if you're like I am, I
Hmm.
want it to be perfect. So
Right,
okay,
right.
I gotta do it again. Nope, I
Yeah, oh
gotta do it
yeah,
again.
yeah,
Like when I do a video. Oh nope, gotta do it again.
yeah.
And Little down there, she does her videos. She'll do one and done. That's her
Hmm.
thing. I'm like, you should have probably reshot that.
Right.
She's like, no, I just do it one and done. I
Hmm.
don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But everyone's different,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to like I was tedious about taking out every pause, everything because I only had a 30-minute
Oh,
show and I
I
wanted to get everything in I could.
I have listened back. So I try to record. That's what I was doing over there, screen
Hmm.
record, because sometimes I can't download
Oh yeah.
off a tick. I've had interesting last month
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But hey, Flutter, welcome in. So I go back and I listen to the video, and I'm like, you know how many times I say
Hmm.
I'm like,
I
I
didn't
gotta
realize it
stop
until I
that.
started that show. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop this.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I've said it even more lately since I've been under a lot of
Hmm.
distractions.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah.
call it that.
The more you have
Distractions.
going on in your life, definitely,
Yeah.
the more distracted you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so that's when you're like, um.
Yeah.
So I need to stop the
Yeah.
ums.
Yeah.
Or at least decrease
I would
them.
have country artists come in to interview at the studio at the radio station, and the number one comment I heard was, "Man, I sound like a redneck," when they heard their voice back.
Oh yeah, and
It's
that's something
interesting.
I had to get used to listening back to my voice. I'm like,
Yeah.
my so there's my regular talking voice, and then
Yeah.
there's our guest today is,
Right.
and I'm like, that's my teacher voice
Yeah. Yeah.
basically, and
Right.
but I don't always like to be in that voice the whole time.
Hmm.
And
definitely.
so, but then I'm like, but that voice sounds better.
Yeah, yeah. I in the beginning I tried to have more of a radio voice, but I just
Yeah.
ended up just using my own voice because
Yeah. There's something to
yeah.
that. Makes it more
After a
authentic
few
and
episodes, they
alive.
stopped listening to what I was doing, really, or like telling me what to do.
Hey,
They
Luke.
said, "Oh, he's got it," and then I was like, "Okay, cool. I can just do my own." Hey, there's Luke Reynolds. He was one of my
Yeah, Luke
guests on the
Reynolds has been
radio
on the
show.
show. Yeah,
Oh,
Luke.
cool.
Yeah, Luke's been on the show.
I had
Awesome.
him on my show maybe 2 years ago, last year, and he did a Christmas
Okay.
song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Hey, welcome in. So we've been catching up about what's
Mm-hmm.
happened since April.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a kidney transplant. I've had a lot of drama in my family,
Yeah.
and he's got a new release. He's got a new album out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a new YouTube show he's creating here
Yep.
on in the reality of that's just it. That
Mm-hmm.
we can be able to, like, you're over in North Carolina and I'm
Mm-hmm.
here in Illinois.
Yeah.
I'm near St. Louis, and we can have this conversation. And we
Mm-hmm.
have people from all over the world down here in the chat.
Yeah, it's
And we can
amazing.
we can come together and we can talk and we can have this adult conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And just think, maybe a decade or two ago, you like there were chat rooms, maybe
Yeah.
like in the 90s there was
Right.
chat rooms, and even before that it was like internet. What's the
Yeah.
internet?
Yeah.
What's social media?
Mm-hmm.
So to think that we're more connected now, it feels like, than we've ever been.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
thank you so much for
pretty
that.
crazy. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't even know what the goal was. Oh, the goal's that. Oh, thank you. I think I forgot to set that today. But thank you. I appreciate you. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys for the
Anyway,
gifts. Appreciate it.
how about another song?
Sure.
They would love to hear another song because we've chatted. Oh, thank you. And I can reset the goal. Woo!
Let's do a
Thank you
song
so
off that new record that you talked about.
Oh, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
make the connection.
This is a song I wrote with my buddy Eric Hawks. He's also out of North Carolina. This is called Right For You.
Right for you. Everyone, right for you.
Told me not to call, so I ain't calling. But I keep staring at my phone. He told me not to drink, so I quit drinking. But it hurts so much to be alone. Told me you were tired of my lying. So girl, I'm giving you the truth. I will always try to prove that I'm the man for you. If you decide to give me one more shot, I will always listen when you tell me that I'm wrong, just as long as I'm right for you. You told me not to beg, so I won't beg you. But girl, I ain't too proud. You said you need a space, so I'm at my place now. But even the silence is too loud. I will always try to prove that I'm the man for you. If you decide to give me one more shot, I will always listen when you tell me that I'm wrong, just as long as I'm right for you. Oh, as long as I'm right for you. You are the reason why I lie awake at night, thinking about the love I had in you. And all of the times I let you down, made you mad. 'Cause there ain't nothing I won't do. I'll always try to prove that I'm the man for you. If you decide to give me one more shot, always listen when you tell me that I'm wrong. Just as long as I'm right for you. Oh, as long as I'm right for you. Oh, just as long as I'm right for you. All right. So Eric Hawks is a country artist. So I wrote that with Eric Hawks, who's more of a country artist, so that's why it's a little bit more country.
Wow. Okay, that's a little more country. Yes, but it's not like the old school country. That's
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not Merle
yeah,
Haggard or anything. Yeah.
it's just a chill song. Like I
Yeah.
could sit and listen to that like after a busy day.
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of just it's just a chill. Yeah. Thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. Thank you for all those comments and
Yes.
likes down there.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Your support means so much to all of us.
Yes. Definitely.
Soulful rootsy country. Yeah. It's just a different vibe. It's not
Yeah.
like the old. Yeah. Oh, woo! We made it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Flutter.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh. Now I have to reset it again. I'm learning features.
How
So
do you
when I
reset
first-
goals? I don't know how to do that.
So if you go to the top where it says thanks with the looks like a target, and you click on that when you're the host, you click
Okay.
on, let's see, right now it's subscriber. So if you want to subscribe, chat and chill. Okay. Then I click
Yeah.
on that, and then I can go, this says reset. So I'm going to reset
Oh,
it.
okay. Easy.
It's pretty easy, but when you're hosting and you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Right.
But I've gotten easier. It's gotten easier for me. I've gotten better at it. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try that next time.
And then you can
Thank you,
pin
Kimberly.
it.
Appreciate that.
And then you can pin it down at the bottom and people can see that. Or sometimes I forget and I don't do it and people are like, oh, and then they start, yeah. So.
Yeah, and
there's
then
that.
that's usually pretty good about telling me to reset my.
Reset it.
gift
So it's really
goal.
easy. Just go up to that little purple target at the top and
Yeah.
then go from there.
Okay,
But I
cool.
usually reset when, like, my guest is, if they're a performer, they're a singer,
Mm-hmm.
or, they're playing, and I'm like, oh, I can do that, and I don't have to kill airtime while
Yeah.
because
Right.
it's, yeah.
Right,
Oh,
okay,
thank you so
cool.
much. Thank you, Aaron. So we've talked about, you were on the show, we talked about your transplant, we talked about, I'm trying to see my questions. What? We talked about you write your own music. So we've talked about this last time, but some people may not know it or remember or they weren't here. So who has influenced you musically?
Sure.
Who was your inspiration to say, hey, I want to pick up a guitar and I want to sing and I want to make this
Right.
my life?
Right. So my parents, my dad still is. My mom passed, unfortunately, but my parents are very religious Christians, and so we were not exposed to that many artists growing up. But my parents happened to go to the same high school as Billy Joel, who Judd Harris in the chat actually got an opportunity to sing with Billy Joel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we listened to a lot of Billy Joel and we listened to a lot of early Beach Boys before they were experimenting with other things.
Okay.
And some older stuff like the Shirelles, Chiffons, stuff like that, girl
Okay.
groups. My mom was a great singer and she was a harmonizer,
Oh.
so she liked listening to groups that could harmonize. But when I went to this weekend retreat, and my cousin Ben went with me, and he slipped me a cassette of Pearl Jam, and I was like, "Who is this Pearl Jam you speak of?" And I listened to it on my Walkman, if anybody remembers
yeah, I
those.
remember those.
And I was blown away, and it opened up a can of worms, and I started reading about Pearl Jam and who the guitar player in the band listened to or was influenced by, and he was heavily influenced by Stevie Ray Vaughan and Led Zeppelin and groups like that. So it opened up just a whole portal of me investigating all this other great rock music and soul music. I was turned on to Motown, and I was like blown away by that because
Oh, yeah.
I always wanted to try to sing more soulfully, and when I started listening to Marvin Gaye or Stevie Wonder or something like that, I would try to emulate them. It came to a head in 2000 when I was introduced to this artist named Martin Sexton, who's out of the Boston area, originally from Buffalo, New York area, and he is about 5'6" or 5'7", but he sounds like he has a voice of a 7 foot man, and he's a very powerful, soulful singer, great songwriter. And I actually got an opportunity to tour with him many years later, which was a dream come true. But when I listened to his music, it changed the way I thought about music and changed the way I thought about singing and writing songs.
Wow. So there you go, everyone.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how people come into your life and how they can make an impression
Hmm.
and an everlasting one. And
Yes.
you sometimes you don't know it or even appreciate it when
Right.
at the time. You're
Hmm.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then later on you reflect and you're like, oh, yeah,
Right.
there was a
Right.
reason. That's what's got me to here.
Yes,
So,
definitely. A lot of people I've either played shows with over the years, they've also introduced me to some heavily influential artists and bands that I never would have heard of if I hadn't met this other artist or person, you know?
yeah, exactly. People influence you and you don't even know it. Yeah, it's
Yes,
true. They
definitely.
do.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Oh, and you know what? I'm looking at the time. This is the time I usually ask. If you're in the chat, if you're thinking, you have a question that you like to ask. I know some people just hopped in and did it, and it related to what we were talking about. So that was
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah.
But if you have a question and you would like to ask our guest, that's appropriate. We'll do it. We'll do
Cool.
it. So just yeah, no, it takes. I was talking about this to my last guest last Tuesday. About
Hmm.
5 seconds I've counted for them to respond. And there you go. Judd has. What was the first Martin Sexton song that made him a fan? That made you
So
a fan?
I worked at this club called The Bottom Line in Manhattan. For 3 years, I moved up to the city when I was about 22. And the sound man there, in between artists, would play music, so, house music. And he kept playing this one song called Glory Bound over and over again. And I went up to him, I was like, who is this guy? He had an incredible falsetto voice in the chorus of that song, Glory Bound. And he said, oh, this is a guy named Martin Sexton. And I was like, oh, okay. And I noted that, but then just to extend the answer a little bit, my cousin burnt. You remember the days when you could burn CDs
Oh
with
yeah, yeah,
with
I did
songs you
that. Yeah,
pirated off the internet?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He even had like one of those press-on labels. He made me a greatest
I did
hits of
that
this.
too.
Yeah, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. It's like a mixtape, but the 2000 version. He made me a collection of Martin Sexton songs, and including that song "Glory Bound." But that rest of the compilation that he put together for me just blew my mind. It's all I listened to for about a year up in New York City.
Oh, if you hear a leaf blower, I'm sorry. My people are here to remove leaves in my yard. And he was really close to the house and I heard it and I'm like, oh, I hope they didn't hear it.
That's all right.
But the microphone's sensitive, so sometimes. So if you heard that,
Right.
that's what it was. Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So back on track. You heard. I heard that. Okay. I'm sorry. Where I had a question I missed. Sorry. Well, first of all, someone had a comment saying that we should thank your donor for.
Yes.
Yes, definitely we should thank your
Jenna
donor for
Jenna
doing.
Kovacic.
Wow.
She just had a birthday actually, and
Oh.
I had all of my Facebook friends wish her happy birthday.
Well, yes. Flutter has a question. Is there a message that you would give to people considering donating organs?
Do it. If you're thinking about it, do it. Jenna was one of those people who just felt a calling to do it. Before I even met her, she had
Uh-huh.
worked with the Ronald McDonald House in
Oh,
California, and she saw these children waiting on the donor list for various organs and stuff. And her mom was an advocate for using your body to help other people, like being a surrogate or whatever. And Jenna always knew she wanted to donate a kidney to somebody, and she was already in the process of doing it. You can sign up to pretty much any hospital that does transplants. We are lucky to have two major hospitals here in the Triangle area, North Carolina, Duke and
uh-huh.
UNC. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, it's like in Jenna's case, she saved 3 lives, not just one, because she
Wow.
started that chain, that the 3-person
The
chain.
one and then the other, say the other.
Without Jenna, those other two people weren't gonna. I mean, they might have with somebody else, but they coordinated a chain where Jenna started it. Her kidney was flown to Colorado. That person's loved one's kidney was flown to Michigan, and my kidney that I received was flown from Michigan to North Carolina. So Jenna saved the life of 3 people, and it's really amazing what you can do to help people. You don't need two kidneys. You can really survive on
For
very
one.
healthy. You live a very healthy life on just one. The remaining kidney kind of picks up the slack, and it kind of grows a little bit. And it's amazing what the human body can do.
Wow. Yeah, I saw Cool had a comment about in Scotland, you're automatically on the transplant list unless you opt out. Is that, I think that's what
Oh
he meant.
wow.
And I've missed your comments. I'm sorry. I hit the button and it went, bloop. But I did remember reading one about you're on the treadmill, going back to the treadmill.
hmm
Is there a certain genre of music you like to listen to while you're on the treadmill? That was the question. I'm
Funny enough,
paraphrasing it, but
I rarely
yes.
listen to music when I'm walking because I'm into podcasts. And on
Oh,
this treadmill, I walk outside when the weather's nice and I listen to podcasts.
yeah.
But I have this whole situation set up over here where I have my laptop right in front of my treadmill, and I usually
Huh.
watch a movie, or I've been I've been binge
Okay.
watching the Great British Bake Off show, which is
And
amazing.
maybe that's why he can do 5 miles.
Yeah,
I'm
because the
just saying,
time the time flies
I'm
by
just
when you're
saying,
watching a
everyone.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because a 2 hour movie or something, and yeah,
yeah,
he can do. Yeah, I listen to music, and I'm like, okay, have I done? Okay,
yeah.
what lap am I on right now? Can I get
Right,
done? Am I done yet? Am I done?
right, right. I saw a
Yeah.
comment about type O negative blood. That's what I
Oh
have, and yes,
yeah.
it's very, very rare and very difficult. We can donate to anybody, any type of blood type, but we can only receive from
Yes.
O blood type, or I got an A positive, A2 kidney blood type.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. O's the universal recipient, but then you got that negative factor.
O is a universal donor, I
Donor,
believe.
not
Yeah.
recipient. Donor.
Which
Yeah.
podcasts? I saw that question. So right now I listen to Smartless,
Oh
which is
yes.
Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean. I forget his last name now. From Will and Grace.
And Cool, who
Blanking on his
has
name.
some medical background. He says less than 10% have O negative. Okay, yeah,
Wow.
it's fairly rare. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they have
And
no antibodies to A or B. Yeah, see, he's getting into the scientific stuff for us. If you
right,
didn't
I
know
have
that he's explaining.
when they offered the A2 kidney, they had to check my titer number. I think it's called titer number, and if it's low enough
Uh-huh.
below 8, it's a compatible match. So mine was 2.
Yeah.
So I was very compatible with my body, and it's so far it's kicking butt.
Well, I'm not an O
Sean
negative.
Hayes, yes, that was his name.
My father was an O positive. He's an O positive. I'm a B positive. I get from my mother. I'm B positive. So
Okay.
I'm B positive, folks. That's what I am. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to be positive. But yeah, I know my grandmother was an AB, and so that gets she was AB positive. She'd been
Okay.
AB negative, and even more rare. So yeah,
Okay.
so you're B negative, Lisa. Okay, yeah, not a B
It's
positive. Well, I think you're positive, but you're B negative. Okay, all right. Oh, see,
it's
now they're
funny how
telling us what they are. Yeah,
well, it's funny how a lot of people that I've talked to, they don't know their blood type until something like this happens to them and they need surgery
right.
or something like that. Yeah.
Right. And I think the only reason we know because my grandmother and she had to have transplants and stuff and she was AB and what was funny what we found out that my uncle's side of the family they are all A's and my mom is B positive. So it's like the AB went
Yeah,
because
yeah.
my grandfather was O positive. It was just I would have never known that if she hadn't needed the transplants. So
Right,
that's
right.
why we were like, oh, that's what we are. Okay,
It comes in
well,
handy
okay.
when somebody finds out all their information. They
Yeah.
then they tell
Oh,
everybody else.
Pumpkin has a question. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. AB is a recipient. Yeah, she is a recipient. Yeah, she was a recipient. But yeah. Donating would have been a different story. Pumpkin, what was your question, honey? Because I said Pumpkin has a question. If you could put it back in the chat. Sometimes when it scrolls by, we miss it. I know we do. I know I do.
I
What
do
song
a
touches
lot,
Jason?
unfortunately.
Okay, well, we'll do artists right here, real quick. What song touches Jason?
Ooh, so many.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's so many things.
Well, there's so many reasons why songs mean different things to people. In My Life by the Beatles, I danced with my mom at my wedding. You know, the mother-son dance. Oh, I think you're muted now.
I was just
Oh,
talking. I
oh,
was like,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like to interrupt, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so
this
that
was
song means,
Pumpkin's question. Artist asked it for Pumpkin,
yeah,
basically.
that song means
Yeah,
a lot to me. A lot of songs mean a lot to me because, based on where I was and what was happening to me when I first fell in love with the song. You know.
yeah. Oh, and they're leaf blowing out there again. So if you hear a leaf blower, they're. I have a ton of leaves.
Oh yeah.
They didn't make it last week because of the holiday. We had
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving here in the States,
Mm-hmm.
and so they weren't here. They usually come on Thursdays,
Okay.
and they do. I have a lawn service, and they do the leaf removal. It's like I can't do that stuff. I have respiratory disease,
Oh, okay.
so if I do that stuff, that's not good for me.
Right. Right.
So anyway, yeah. So he's up by the house, so I hear it, and I can feel the vibration too.
What was the first record he ever bought, and what was the, the first he learned on guitar? First record I ever bought was Chuck Berry after
Oh,
watching
that's
Back to the Future.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Went out and
All
bought
right.
Chuck Berry's Greatest Hits because it had Johnny B. Good on it. And the first song I ever learned on the guitar was just this riff. But the first actual song I learned was, let's see. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind.
The answer, my friend,
It's
is blowing in the wind out here
with the leaves, yeah.
with the leaves. They're making the wind.
Well, the reason I learned that song is because I stole my dad's guitar that he never played out from underneath his bed, and inside the guitar case was a Bob Dylan songbook.
Okay, I did turn that down because it was getting loud. Mama missing comments. Yeah, Mama's missing comments. Sorry.
I sleep with
I'm a
my
little
eyes closed, so
distracted.
I always
I'm
miss comments.
distracted over here. I'm trying to listen and I'm
Yeah.
dealing with, yeah, you know.
He
You
picked a
know.
great time to do the leaves.
Yeah, I like it when they come in the afternoon. And
Yeah.
like when they come during, oh, here we go again. Yeah. Normally they don't get this close to the house back here, but I guess he's
Right.
really doing it today.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry,
We have a
folks.
very small amount of leaves in my front yard. The backyard's all pine trees.
Oh, unfortunately, we have trees
Oh yeah.
that have a lot of. You can't pin. No, honey, you can't pin. Oh, thank you so much. You you can't pin, honey, when there's a guest up. That we
Okay.
found that out the hard way.
Okay.
If I'm up by myself, if you're solo, like as a host, your moderators can pin comments up. But if you invite someone in,
Can't
no,
do it.
you cannot.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that either. I'm learning a lot
I
today.
didn't know. I've learned, yeah, the hard way. So, yeah, thank you for the gifts. Thank you, everyone, for your presence. Thank you for all
Yes.
that.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Luke, I see you're down there. We'd love to do a reunion show sometime. Yeah, you need to come back too. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely. The song that touches Jason most.
Was
song that-
In My Life, the Beatles
Yeah,
song.
in my life. Yeah,
My
the
mom
Beatles.
passed in 2019. In 2016, we danced to that song at my wedding.
Oh, you
And I got-
missed the answers. You missed the answer.
Okay.
Oh, was
yeah. So
okay, sorry.
yeah, that's all right. We were picking songs for the first dances, and I picked "In My Life" by the Beatles, and I did not know at the time how much that song would mean to me because my mom died of lymphoma 3 years later, and in 2017 or no 2019 later after my mom passed, I think I saw in that year Paul McCartney shortly after my mom passed, and he played that song, and I was just crying the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, Lonnie's in the house. Yes, I did see that. Thank you, artist. Lonnie is in the house. Well, you know what? I'm looking at the time. We got about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I know you did a couple little ditties in there for us, but could you do one more song
Sure.
for us, please?
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Would you like that down there in the chat? Would you like that down there in the chat? Yes. Oh, there's the yes. See, there's a pause. Thank you. And I'll turn my mic down.
Sure. I'm going to do this song. I actually did. I actually did another news interview yesterday because I'm putting together a Songwriters in the Round show here in Raleigh Saturday night, and a song that I wrote in Nashville and played at a lot of the Songwriters in the Rounds there was a song called Tennessee. So I kind of had to remember the lyrics yesterday on the news, and I'm going to do it for you now while it's fresh. It's called Tennessee. I think we lost each other. Think it's too late. It's getting harder to remember all those good times we shared. We let them get away. I've been lost in love forever. Let me see what I can find in Tennessee. I'm tired of running in circles. My restless soul won't let me be. So don't wait for me, no. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. I know we left a lot behind us now. Something new's on that horizon. And I know it's gonna hurt my soul, but my heart is telling me it's time to move on. Let me see what I can find in Tennessee. I'm tired of running in circles. My restless soul won't let me be. So don't wait for me, no, don't wait. It's time to move on. Ooh, time to move on. I'm looking for the words to say the perfect thing to you. I've nothing now, nothing left to say. Baby, it's time to go our separate ways. Ooh, oh, maybe it's time we move on. Let me see what I can find in Tennessee. So tired of running in circles. My restless soul won't let me be. So don't wait for me, no, don't wait for me. It is time to move on. Time to move on. Time to move on. Time to move on. Ooh. There we go. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
I just love to hear that last chord just go. You know, I'm like, now I can hit the applause because it's like, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I'm looking at the time. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tapping. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. When you see, if you look at the top, and I see there's 32 people in the room, and I look over here, and there's almost 40K likes. When there are more likes than people in the room, that tells you something. That tells you about the people that are here. Definitely. They're here to be supportive, and we appreciate that so much.
Music lovers, sure.
You're music lovers. You're kind people. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the gifts. The gifts that have been coming in has just been amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for support. If I miss questions, I'm sorry. I get, oop. We love it. So,
I happen to miss a lot of comments because I sing like this.
Yeah, sometimes I miss it, or I hit that button, and it's like, oh, there's like 20 comments, and you hit the button, and it goes, and I'm like, oh, I missed people's stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys if I missed your comments, but I see some of them popping up now that my eyes are open, and I appreciate all of them.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. So we're gonna play the Chat and Chill theme song out. I would love to have you back sometime.
Sure,
definitely.
This was fun.
And Aaron, you've been here. You haven't been here yet. We'd love to have you on the show. And Luke, we'd love to have you back on the show. And you know what? Sometimes I like to do reunion shows together. Mm-hmm. Like, see if Aaron would ever come on, then you could have Luke, Aaron, and you together. That would be an awesome show.
And our buddy Judd Harris.
Judd?
He was on American Idol. Too? He sang with Billy Joel.
Oh, that would be cool. Yes, Judd. Yeah, we need to talk. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. We need to make this happen and have a group one. That would be hilarious.
And more importantly, Judd knows who Martin Sexton is, because not a lot of people do.
Okay, all right. Well, on that note, I'm going to play the theme song out.
Awesome. Thank you again for having me.
I hope everyone has a great day, definitely, or morning or afternoon.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play it out. So I think it's amazing how we can connect one artist to another. Absolutely, Flutter. And it's funny how when you make a connection. Jason knew Storm. Storm is a friend here of Chat and Chill. So Storm's like, hey, my butt, you should watch Jason. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know, is he going to come on the show? And I'm like, so then Jason came on the show. Then Luke came on the show. And Aaron, it's just, we got to schedule it. We just got to figure
Storm's
out
the best.
Yeah.
I saw him in here earlier, right?
Yeah, he was here. He's working. So I understand he can only come in and out. But on Thursdays. So it's just like the connections you make here. Absolutely. And thank you for putting those emotes down there. Thank you so much. I'm going to play it out. Here we go. We love Storm. Yes, we do. Cool.
All
Here
right.
we go.
Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Hopefully I play the right one this time. Apparently I hit the wrong one before. Oops. Thank you. Next week. I got a group on next week. Yeah. The Ironhead Chat and Chill Show. Who's going to be on next week? I'll make a video.
Who did that promo song?
The promo song? Oh, that's our own Cool Ohm.
Oh, cool.
Cool wrote that song. He did my jingle for me. He says you need a jingle.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
And then I usually give him a few seconds to say bye here with the bye song.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, thank you guys, everybody who watched and tapped and gifted and shared and liked. You guys are awesome.
Our musical director, Cool, wrote that.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I said I can't pay you, but I can give you a title.
I like it.
Yeah, I give them a few seconds to let them. They're all saying bye.
Yes.
There's that delay, Have a great day. And then I'll count it down and we'll go.
Okay, cool. Goodbye, everybody. You guys have a great rest of your day.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone, have a good morning, good afternoon, or evening, whatever time zone you're in. Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you soon.
See ya.